Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at WGNSradio.com.
And Rutherford Issues is powered by Middle Tennessee Electric, who remind us that better communication leads to better service. So keep your contact info current at mte.com so you'll never miss out on updates on billing, local outages, any type of information MTE needs to get to its members. They do it that way. So be sure to sign up, and when you sign up, keep it current. Maybe you've changed your phone number or your email address has changed. That would be important information. We have our friends from the Child Advocacy Center joining us. Krista Colwell is here, and how did you put it? You brought out the big guns? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Sharon DeBoer joins us here as well. So, Sharon, good morning.
Good morning.
It's always good to have you and your great staff from the CAC. You know, when you can't be here, and obviously you've got a lot to do, but I know you're proud of your staff, but they do a really good job.
They are outstanding. I think we have the best staff right now that we've ever had.
Yeah? And that's been how many years now?
26.
26. We've passed that 25-year anniversary real quick, didn't we? So the Child Advocacy Center, talk about the work of the CAC from your perspective. I'm sure that you have a stump speech that you've perfected in 26 years.
Actually, I just talk off the top of my head if you want to know the truth. The Child Advocacy Center is a nonprofit agency. We work as a team with Department of Children's Services, local law enforcement, the District Attorney's Office, our Kids Center, and local mental health therapists to respond to child abuse cases and to help families heal from the trauma.
Yeah, and that work has been going on for 26 years, thanks to really some foresight by a lot of community leaders. And, you know, I never knew your story, but it's kind of how it all began was really interesting. Maybe share that with our listeners who maybe don't know how it all started with you, and the idea is now 26 years old.
One of the things that started happening in child abuse across the nation was that children would disclose abuse to someone in their life they trusted. So that may be their school teacher, that may be their youth pastor, anyone in their life that the child trusted. And then Department of Children's Services would interview them. And sometimes that happened in the home where the abuse was happening. Sometimes that happened at one of the law enforcement agencies in our community, and the child would not tell. And so we were very concerned that we were sending children home who were in danger. And so what we did as a team was we started looking other places in the nation to see what they were doing. And we were incredibly impressed with Huntsville, Alabama, and Nashville. And there was a program in East Tennessee, and there was one in Clarksville, and we were impressed. And you know how it is when you go visit somewhere and you really like what you see, you feel like our children at home deserve this too. Mm-hmm. And so that's how we got started. Bill Weitzel is the district attorney, and he was 100% supportive. He went to Clarksville and talked to the DA there, and the DA showed him their Child Advocacy Center, and he was hooked too.
Yeah.
And what started to happen was then we talked to the police chief, and Chief Chrisman was in, and we talked to Department of Children's Services, and they wanted to go visit other child advocacy centers in the state. And so Deidre Lackey and Deborah Johnson and I went and visited child advocacy centers, and we were just really impressed. And when we started trying to do it here, what people told us was that they said, well, you'll have trouble with the police, or you'll have trouble with the district attorney, or you'll have trouble with DCS. We didn't have trouble with anybody. Everybody was on board.
They were advocates. They were on the ground floor of its creation, honestly.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
So maybe that's the success on building a great CAC, is to get those people on board first.
Yes, I think it's really important because if you get the leadership involved and then they convey that message that it's important to their employees, and then that is what really gets it off the ground.
Yeah. Carissa, how long have you been with the CAC now?
This will be my 3rd year, coming up in October.
Boy, time flies.
I know, truly. I feel like I just started, but I also feel like I've been there for so much longer.
Yeah. I remember every event that we talked to you about was your first, and so you had someone come along with you to explain what it was, like and
I
all
was
that
like,
kind of thing.
just a guess, but now I have an idea of how each of them are supposed to go.
So what are some of the things that are going on with the CAC we need to know about?
Yeah, we're gearing up for Child Abuse Prevention Month in April. I can't believe March is next week, but it's definitely our biggest month in terms of events. We start off the month at the end of March, actually, with the Cannon Runs for Children out at our Cannon County location. And we're doing a 5K and a fun run out there, which is a lot of fun. And we end Child Abuse Prevention Month with the Hometown Heroes Walk for Children. And we're going to be back at Civic Plaza this year, and we're going to end at Oaklands Park.
Once again.
That's
been a pretty successful route, I think.
100%. It's about a 20-minute walk, so nothing too crazy. But we do have folks that just meet us for the picnic at the end.
Yeah, hopefully not weather like we have today.
Please. I'm so tired of the colds. And last year we had rain, so I think we're good. I'm actually not going to say anything about the weather.
Yeah, no, not a word.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything.
So let's see. Your 3 years, what's the weather been? Rain last year.
Rain last year, but only for 5 to 10 minutes at the very end. And it was not as heavy as it was supposed to be.
I know. It was
a thunderstorm which reeled back to just a heavy drizzle. And then, but the 2 years before that were really warm and sunny and beautiful. So.
And almost all the days have been warm and sunny. Yeah. We've really been blessed with beautiful days.
Yeah. The walk really goes back to Governor Bredesen's days in the at the state capitol. And his wife, right?
Yes, his wife, Andrea Conte. This was her brainchild. She was on the board of directors of the Nashville Child Advocacy Center, and she wanted to do something as her signature project across the state. And she and Jody Folk, who worked in the district attorney's office as the victim witness coordinator, were old friends, and they walked every morning. And they decided they were going to do a walk for Child Abuse Awareness Month, and it was very successful. And she walked for us for several years. I think we were one of the last child advocacy centers who stopped having Andrea Conte, when Governor Bredesen was no longer in office. Then she stopped. But we would have had her come back every year. She was such a nice person, and it was great.
And obviously, that's been, I don't know how many walks have we had now since then.
This is the 11th year for the Hometown Heroes,
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. We're getting up there. So, are there sign-ups and that kind of thing going on yet?
Yeah, registration is online and it's live right now. It's completely free. One thing that's fun that we're doing this year is we've always done teams, but this year there's an opportunity if you want to do fundraising for the CAC in your office. You can register a team and invite folks to join via social media. And so we've already gotten some folks signed up and donating that way, which is exciting. And we have a lot of groups at MTSU who are participating that participate every year. So if you just want to take your advocacy a step further, we love to see folks come out and walk for free. But this is also a great fundraiser for our crisis intervention services, and all of the money raised goes directly back into the children and families that we serve.
Yeah, the money that's involved here, I guess, with running the CAC, Sharon, and making sure that you have the capability to do interviews, things like that. All of this is by grants or really great folks in the community coming alongside.
Absolutely. We get about 75% of our funding from government grants. So it's federal, state, local grants like United Way, City of Murfreesboro, Rutherford County. We find we get incredible community support. About 25% of our funding comes directly from the community, from individuals who give. And Krista has done an outstanding job with fundraising because she's fun. And so we always have events that people love to come to because they're fun.
Yeah, you put the fun in fundraising.
I'm always saying that. No, that's my email signature. No, I'm joking.
Well, maybe it will be after today.
It might be.
Our friends from the Child Advocacy Center joining us today. Sign-ups, you said, are online. Shirts. I know are there shirts and all that kind of thing too this year?
Yeah, so shirts are available to pre-purchase. You have to put in your order by April 10th, I believe. And all of that is available online at cacrutherford.org/events.
Okay. We'll be sure to get a link to that in the podcast section of our website. So those, and there are lots of events that go on in between. It's not
absolutely.
just the walks, right?
Yes. So we're also always looking for volunteers. Our volunteering is a little different from a lot of organizations because we can't provide opportunities where you can see the families and the children that we work with. But we always need help we have certain mail outs. We'll need help with the Hometown Heroes Walk for Children. And so if you're just interested in hearing more about the CAC, we have a newsletter sign up on the website, and you can just plug in your name and your email and hear about opportunities as they come up.
And you'll be reminded around the holidays that you can help kids with gifts and things like, I mean, I'm sure you communicate all of that through the newsletter.
100%. It's I feel like the best way to keep in touch and up to date with what's going on, and then our social media as well.
Yeah. It probably helps you put things on your calendar, Sharon, too.
Yeah,
right?
it absolutely does.
As our community grows, the need for the CAC, I mean, we would love for there not to be a need for a child advocacy center like this, but as our community grows, so will the need, and a need for more interviewers and more interview rooms and space and that kind of thing too, right?
Absolutely. When we first started the Child Advocacy Center, I think we served 200 people the first year. We're serving over 2,000 now. And if you count the people that we train through Darkness to Light, it's over 3,000. So it has really increased. Yeah. And what we're seeing is that the population increase is not going away in Rutherford County.
No.
And so we're making plans to address that as an organization.
Well, I know that you have to be looking 5-10 years down the road all the time.
Absolutely.
With an organization. So there are some community partners coming alongside, and I think you're going to have some fun things to talk about in the next few months and years.
We have some incredible community support. People in this community are so giving. And I think that we're a community where we love our children. And so we get a lot of community support from people who genuinely care.
Yeah. You're doing some creative scheduling, I think, right now, right? And for
yeah, we don't have enough space. I mean, that's the bottom line. We have, I don't know, maybe 4 desks, and we have 16 employees. I mean, we are very creative. We've learned how to work around a big dining room table, but we have gotten very creative. And I think one of the things we learned through COVID was that our employees do a really good job working from home. And so we've spent, the last several years since COVID started with a lot of employees doing a lot of what they do from home. And I found that some employees were a lot more productive at home, because nobody was chit-chatting,
Yeah.
So it's interesting to watch. But it's been good, and we're real excited about the future.
Well, the Child Advocacy Center will have a big month in April. I know we'll have a few more details and maybe can run down every single event for April next month. But anything else we need to mention today, or do we catch all of it?
Watch for other agencies, too, because our community partners like DCS and law enforcement, they're hosting events in April, too, that we support. Okay.
So I know that they're often press releases that come out and say, this is what we're doing and that kind of thing. Don't we have Pinwheels come out too?
Yes. Laverne Police Department, I believe, is hosting the Pinwheel Garden again.
Okay.
I know Kamari House does something. Yeah. So we're always reposting our community partners events as well as our own. So there's a lot of ways for people to get involved in person and virtually.
Yeah. Do you do much on social media? Is there anything like Facebook?
Okay. At CAC Rutherford on Facebook. We're more active on Facebook than Instagram, but the majority of our posts go to both.
Okay. Well, very good. Well, I thank you both for coming in today. It was always fun to catch up about the CAC, but always good to have the boss in.
Always.
You brought in some good reinforcement today. Well, that's going to do it here for our program today. Thank you so very much for joining, and until next time, take care out there.